Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Anime King 3. First of all, if you'd like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you guys very much. Welcome back to part 6 of What If Naruto Was Neglected with Momoshiki and King Shiki Karma Seal. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels. If you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let's begin now, guys. So the last part that we left off, the Chunin exams were taking place within Konoha, which led to the attack. Orochimaru gathering so many enemies of Minato to put an end to him once and for all. Minato sent his clone when he noticed that the seal had been triggered. He was free. Ayam was perfectly safe, despite the explosion, as Naruto stood there, offering her a helping hand. Minato was shocked, confused. How? As Naruto's eyes returned back to normal. His mind being broken was a lie. Him not knowing who he was a lie. All this time, he was quite aware of it all. Naruto, with a single pulse of energy, destroyed the entire place. Once again, Ayam had no idea how she was safe, but Naruto told her that he will never allow her to be harmed. By the time they returned, her father was already taken away. As Naruto told her that he was safe, as they made their way, she told him that he needed to help the people. They never did anything wrong. They weren't bad. She understands that he hates his father and his family, but these people are innocent. Naruto told her to stay safe as he made his way. Some people tried to attack her, but strange orbs of energy, the moment they got close, they were twisted out of reality. Everyone was shocked. She had the greatest defense, as no one, absolutely no one, could pierce it. It was shocking. And the civilians and the ninjas were perfectly fine around her because they weren't the enemy. Naruto made his way. He arrived. Minato, Orochimaru. The fight came to a stop. The first and second were powerful, but Naruto's abilities were just simply too great. Immediately, severing their connection, destroying the Edo Tensei. Naruto turned to his father. That is where he revealed why he did what he did. Naruto wanted to know. He wanted to truly know and see for himself if his father would give the order to break his mind. Everyone was witness to this, as Naruto allowed it to be viewed over the entire land of fire and Konoha, his eyes behaving like a projector, allowing everyone to see for themselves the kind of man that Minato was. Majority of them shocked that he even had another child, most of them having absolutely no idea. It was a shocker to most, and now they all knew, and they were all able to witness for themselves the kind of man he is. Even Naruto said it himself. He never expected for him to go this far, and his so-called mother fully aware of this. Both of them aware that his mind was being shredded apart, and yet they allowed it. But Naruto was happy though, because it allowed him to know the truth, where his power originated from. Now that shocked many. Naruto did something surprising afterwards. He went after the Sannin. The Sound 4 tried to fight Naruto, but they were eviscerated. Orochimaru had fled, but Naruto summoned him back. Having placed his mark on him, Naruto brought him back, fully utilizing the hybrid combination power from Momoshiki and Ishiki. He was on another level. They were all there to witness as Naruto killed Orochimaru by himself. He killed the Sannin, something that so many has tried and failed over the years. Naruto destroyed him completely, shocking many. He then allowed the screams to vanish. Him and his father standing there. It did not take too long for several others to arrive, believing that Naruto was going to kill Minato. It was Jiraiya, Kakashi, Kushina, Menma, Mito. They were all there. As Naruto was happy, his so-called family was all here. Now, the real fun can begin as he stepped up towards them. So yeah guys, basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. Don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels, and yeah, without further ado, let's begin this now guys. The air was tense, suffocating. Everyone, they were worried. Witnessing Naruto's power, he killed Orochimaru, eviscerated him, imploded him. Orochimaru, the man that has tried to turn himself into an unkillable person, was just removed from the face of the earth. And now here all of them stood. Jiraiya, standing proudly beside Minato, who seemed to be rattled with guilt. Kushina kept her trembling in check. Calm, well she tried to be. Menma clenches his jaw, his fist tightened, anger blazing in his eyes. Mito was afraid. Very much so, she was afraid, but she tried not to be. Kakashi won Sharingan blazing. Everyone is here, said Naruto. You know, you two are as much as part of this family as anyone else, Naruto said, looking towards Jiraiya and Kakashi. So it's time that we truly have a conversation together as a family, he said. His tone was sarcastic. Tell me, was I truly so monstrous, so problematic, so worthless for you to do such an atrocity, having my mind stripped away? His tone sounded rather mocking, teasing in a way as he spoke. Minato steeled his nerves. I did what I had to. After everything and the prophecy. The prophecy? Did the prophecy tell you to put your son through mental manipulation until he was no longer even a human with his own sense of thought? Seals, yes. Prison, yes. I'm curious. How can you all stand there, defending their actions, said Naruto. He looked towards Jiraiya, Kakashi, Mito, Menma, and lastly his mother. She was a part of it as well. It was Jiraiya that stepped up. Something had to be done. What you almost did to those children, including your brothers and sisters. Ah, yes. I almost killed Menma, said Naruto. I can see now why that hateful look is still in his eyes. But it is something I remember quite well. What can I say? I was angry. So angry. I mean, how was I supposed to feel? My family abandoned me. When I begged, prayed, promise that I would never harm them again. They stepped aside, and all this time, I was never myself. My mind was out of whack. And you too never stepped up. Even after you saw the change, even after I pleaded to you, you've already discarded me. I wasn't even your son anymore. Don't just act like you're innocent. Menma shouted. You stand there blaming our father. You almost killed me and several others. You are drunk on power. You're a monster, Menma said. Ah, little brother, said Naruto. Despite them being born similar to one another, Naruto was born before Menma. You remember our fight rather well. I wasn't able to see your condition after our fight, but I'm sure that it was rough. Shall I finish what I started? He said, his tone once again mocking. Naruto's words affected Menma. The haunting flashes, the blows, the attacks, pushing a step up. Her voice breaking. Naruto, she said, please, you're still our son. Naruto cut her off. How can you speak to me like you care? What the hell is that? I'm still your son? You allow this. You agreed with that man over there to break my mind. I can't wrap my head around it. Is it because you're afraid? Is that the reason why you're all seemingly trying to calm me down? Afraid of my new power. Afraid what I would do, said Naruto. You knew that I would not be the same anymore. I wouldn't even be human once they were done. Yet you agreed, tossing me away. How can you stand there and act like you cared? Her face crumbled. She held back the tears from his stinging words that hit her hard, knowing that she was a monster. Naruto turned his back on them, leaving himself open. Thus is the Hokage will. Sacrifice whatever it takes for the betterment of the village, tossing me aside to be broken. Like a mindless tool, said Naruto. I did what I did to protect everyone, to protect the world. You can never understand the burden that I carry for the actions that I had to take, said Minato. Protect everyone, but to destroy your son. How noble of you, father. Tell me, what exactly were you going to do with me afterwards? Was it not to turn me into a weapon? After all, I remember everything. You and Danzo plotting to use me as a tool to conquer anyone that rise. Well, Danzo words, but you were rather agreeable, as you saw me as a blank state with so much power for you to control. Well then, my so-called family, you're all here, and this is my village. You fear me, don't you? Perhaps you should team up and kill me before I go any further. After all, I'm still young, still inexperienced. This would be your opportunity to end my life right now, before I descend further into the abyss. Maybe you will succeed, maybe you will survive, or maybe you will all die trying. None of them move though. What's wrong? Did the prophecy not say that I was going to turn into a monster? Show me that sense of protection. Raise your arms, raise your weapons. Kill me before I make my next move, said Naruto. You know what? The power I possess right now, I can kill so many people down there. The innocents, the guilty. Then again, all shinobis are guilty. But what about the civilians? I have so much power coursing through me. I can end their life right here and now. I can kill them all. Naruto said with a smile. Perhaps that will make you suffer, just like how I suffered. Minato saw the kunai at Naruto's feet that he was using earlier in the battle. Naruto power started to flex. Perhaps I should take them down. Minato made a difficult choice. In an instant he appeared. Time slowed for him. As he gripped the kunai, one slice and it would be over. One stab and it would be over. He looked for the quickest way to end this. Unfortunately though, Naruto's eyes move along with him, shocking Minato. He teleported, but Naruto was seeing him. That's not possible. A surge of energy blasted Minato away, making his instant teleportation obsolete to Naruto, knocking him across the roof. He stumbled and stopped himself. To the children, they barely saw what happened until their father was sent sailing. See? Killing your son seemed rather easy. To protect your village, said Naruto. As he calmed down, he was smiling. Kushina. She saw what he was doing. Why are you doing this? Why the taunts? Why the games? Once again trying to blame me. While your husband just tried to slit my throat. Naruto started to chuckle. He turned his back. These people have never hurt me. They've never done anything to receive my wrath. Why should I slaughter them? They mean nothing to me. You people on the other hand, it's a question. What will I do now? With that, Naruto vanished. He just said that and vanished away. Ion was surprised as Naruto appeared, raising his hand towards her. The fluctuation orbs that twist everything out of reality, they fuse within her, vanishing away. She looked towards him. She saw everything. Now know the cruel, twisted things that were done. She was angry. Naruto took her hand though. She saw the look in his eyes. You're leaving. Yes, but only for a little time, said Naruto. I know this is your home. And despite everything, you love your home. You might hate some of the people here, but this is your home, he said to her. But I will return, he said. I promise. I would never, ever abandon you, he said with a smile on his face. She knew his words were truthful. As she questioned, where are you going? To figure some stuff out. I can't do that here. But I'll be back, he said. For you. And for only you. Those around heard what he said as he smiled at her. Don't worry. You will always be safe no matter what. I made you a promise that I would never allow anything to happen to you. And that is the reality, he said. And nothing can change that. She leaned down and kissed him on the cheek. Be safe, okay? Okay? Naruto nodded. I'll be just fine, he said to her. As her hand released his. The next moment she watched, he dissolved into nothingness. The essence of him simply vanishing away. As she stood there, the people shocked, but also afraid as well. What does this mean for them? The family on the roof, not knowing exactly what would happen. What would his decision be? What would his next move be? And they were terrified. Time skip. Tayuya screamed. She was the only member of the Sound Four that had survived Naruto's wrath. He shrunk her down and sent her somewhere else, but now her body couldn't handle the strain. As Naruto's eyes were glowing, unnaturally, his power surging. No words. Her pain was excruciating, agonizing, terrible in every single way. The next moment, the mark on her, the mark that somehow retained on her flesh, it started to twitch. Black and white lines woven together with strange chakra pattern woven into a serpentine form. Slowly, Orochimaru was pulled out of her, the remnants of her body unable to handle whatever Naruto did. Her empty corpse collapsing down. Orochimaru screamed as his eyes opened up. Strange white and black threads stitching his body together. The Sannin was confused. Looking around, his eyes landed on Naruto. The excruciating pain in his final moments. He still felt it. He staggered in disbelief, his golden eyes wide in shock and fear. You killed me. I felt it. I died. And now you live, said Naruto. His voice was calm. Because I chose it. Orochimaru tried to back away. Stay where you are. He froze mid-step, realizing that he could not even blink without Naruto's permission. Sweat ran down his pale skin. You're terrified of me. I can see that. But you should know. You're also tied to me, said Naruto. My chakra keep you stable. Without it, you will unravel into nothing. Like her, Naruto said, looking down towards Tayuya. Us. That remained. The Sannin was angry by that. What have you done to me, he said. Naruto held his hand out. Red energy surged around him. The next moment it blew a hole clean through Orochimaru's chest, eviscerating his heart. The Sannin was stunned as he staggered. He collapsed on the ground. The next moment though, muscles, bones and tissues started to knit back together with unnatural speed. Orochimaru watched as his heart was reappeared right in front of his own eyes. My heart, it healed. He was confused. Naruto stepped towards the frightening Sannin and knelt down towards him. He placed a hand on his cheek. As long as I will it, you shall not die, said Naruto. He looked into Orochimaru's eyes. It's strange. Even I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I am right now. Momoshiki and Ishiki. Their past, their connection, most of it is still a mystery to me. But there are beings beyond this world, stronger than anything that you would ever face. Given time, perhaps. But it's not just that I gain one power. Their power combining with my own natural power. It turned me into something that I truly can't understand myself. As you can see, a fragment of my power. It made me immortal, Orochimaru said. Yes, you can't die. Why, the Sannin said. Why do this after killing me? Naruto simply looked at him, not giving a reason or why. He vanished away, leaving Orochimaru confused, not quite understanding what in the world was going on. Time skip. At first, no one could explain it. One day he just appeared, an empty ravine. He held his hand out. He compressed the space in front of him. He folded it and then expanded. Through chakra network, information started to spread. He brought 3 mountains to dust and debris. He wiped away entire valleys. It seems like he was simply testing his power, testing his limits. All over the world, news started to spread like wildfire. Everyone trying to understand. It wasn't often that someone possessed enough power to level an entire platform that was the size of a great nation, to rise an entire mountain peak and then crush it The acknowledgement behind all of this was truly terrifying and frightening. Word started to spread like a wildfire all over the place. Everyone started to talk about it. Everyone trying to understand what in the world was going on. This started to tie in with the information that recently was told. Minato image started to change. Slowly, people started to curse his name, believing that they were all going to die because of what their Hokage did to his own son. People started to panic. The daimyo himself started to send word to Konoha, worried about the safety of the land of fire and his entire family. Time skip. A deep forest. It was large, filled with all sorts of things. This is where we find Naruto walking, hands in his pockets as he made his way. His mind. There was so much on his mind. He located a group. He heard about them during his travels. There was around a dozen men, hidden. It was a underground section of the forest, but not too deep. Naruto walked straight in. No hesitation. No hiding. Inside of a giant metal cage was a dozen people, man, woman, bruised, gagged, their eyes hollow, filled with fear. In the center of this camp was a large man, white hair, dark eyes. He had on what seemed to be a wolf coat. As he skinned a wolf, he looked rather dangerous and intimidating as Naruto approached. One of the bandits shouted, "Boss, Guma." The leader named. "Some brat just walked into the camp," he said. Guma got to his feet. "Bring him to me," he said, towering and powerful. The bandits emerged, stepping towards Naruto, surrounding him, believing that it was going to be easy. As they stepped towards him, Naruto did not answer or even look at them. He held his hand up and thrust it out. Black rods ripped through their chests. They were much too slow to react or defend themselves. Immediately, they clattered down to the ground. Every last one of them, dead. No hesitation, no remorse. Only Guma remained, his face twitching, looking absolutely terrified. The prisoners watched in awe and fright. He's come to save us," one of them said, relief in their tone. But Naruto never turned to them. He never looked their way, his gaze fixed on the leader. The closer Naruto got, the more terrified Guma got. Naruto stepped closer. "What's your name?" He tried to pretend like he was strong enough. Perhaps intimidating this child would make him survive. "I am Guma," he said, "the mountain butcher." In an instant, Naruto was upon him, his chakra surging. Guma trembled. "I will not ask you again. Tell me your name." Guma turned into a scared little child in front of Naruto despite the size difference. Natsu, he said. The name that he was born with. Guma wasn't even his original name. Naruto looked towards him. "Tell me, Natsu, what is it that you desire?" Natsu was confused. "I don't expect to be waiting for an answer," said Naruto. "Gold, wine, woman, what else?" he said. "Those things I desire." He trembled as he spoke. Naruto reached upwards and grabbed his face. He smashed it into the ground. "I told you not to lie." As Naruto's eyes activated, Natsu, he wet himself. Terrified. "Tell me, Natsu, what is it that you desire?" Natsu had tears in his eyes. terrified. P- Power, he said. I just want power, he said. I was always afraid, even as a child, beaten, hurt every single day. When I did it to others, I wasn't afraid anymore. All I ever wanted was power, he said, showing the deepest, darkest desires of his mind. His voice cracking into sobs. I don't care if I burn. I just don't want to be afraid anymore, he said, reverting back to his childhood, which was horrific. The captives were shocked. The bandits and the leader that had taken them, now trembling and crying like a child. They were truly shocked. Naruto never showed any expression as he held his hand together. They all watched in shock as a cube formed between his hands. It was black, with red marks all over it, surging with an energy like none of them has ever seen before. Then take this, said Naruto. He sank it within Natsu's chest. The cube became liquid as it fused into him. He threw his head back. Dark energy seeping from his core, black and white. He screamed, electricity clashing through him and outside. He trembled, his body surging with energy. He stood. Despite what seemed to be breaking him apart, his body contained the power. He stood there, smoke whipping off him. Dozens of tiny cubes came from Naruto's hand and shot to each of the bandits. One by one, their eyes snapped open, but they were no longer the same. Their form changing, their eyes glowing, power that they never had, power that they've never tasted before surging inside of them. Natsu looked down towards his hand. What have you done to me? He said. Give it a try, said Naruto. Natsu picked up his blade. This time though, dark energy surged in the weapon. He slashed it towards all the prisoners. Naruto did not even bat an eye. A wave of chakra flew outwards and split every single one of them in half. But it wasn't done there. The entire cage and miles beyond it was reduced to rubble and dust. I gave you what you wanted. Power. Do with it as your primal instinct commands. Rule, burn, consume. Survive, said Naruto. Even your friends are stronger. Natsu looked towards them. As he looked back at Naruto, Are you some kind of god? Am I being chosen? He said. Perhaps. Everything else is up to you. You have power now. Vaster, stronger than you can ever imagine. With that, Naruto disappeared, asking for nothing in return, doing nothing in return. Natsu stepped towards his man. They followed his command without hesitation. It was time to get some payback. He was stronger now, beyond his wildest imagination. A grin stretched on his face. Time skip. Naruto was going through a lot mentally. You could see that from his actions, reviving Orochimaru, turning a worthless bandit into something divine. Naruto was currently seated. He was within a space in his mind. Naruto was just sitting there when the chakra twists and turn. Momoshiki, within his transformed state after devouring Ishiki, was on the left, while Ishiki was on the right. Naruto looked towards them both. They looked at their hands and looked at themselves. It was Ishiki that spoke. What am I? He said. A physical manifestation of your chakra. I can do that now. So we're not the originals, Momoshiki said. No, but your mind is still intact. You know who you are. I am Momoshiki Otsutsuki, and I am Ishiki. Why have you brought us here? You're a part of me, said Naruto. Your power is mine, and fragments of your existence is there as well. So, if I were to kill you, could I escape this place? Momoshiki questioned. No, and you can't. Naruto said. That is very obvious, Ishiki said. How would you kill your creator? After all, he should be all-powerful. Not only does he possess the power of one Otsutsuki, but two. However, on the day that we fought, when you came for me, accusing me of being a traitor, our power did not only fuse into this child, did it? It was Momoshiki that finished off. It multiplied. Exactly, said Naruto. Your powers were fighting recklessly, trying to overtake the other. In a battle of dominance, they combined, trying to snuff out one another. But the endless strength behind those abilities left my mind shambles for many years. I never know what I was or who I am. I did things to my family. Things that led to my position right now, said Naruto. But in doing so, your powers magnified to higher levels, changing me completely. I'm not even human anymore. So what are we supposed to represent? Your consciousness, Momoshiki said. No, said Naruto. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to know. Naruto paused. Natsu. Naruto granting him power was a few days ago, but Naruto felt it. He was dying. I will be back soon, he said. What are we supposed to do until then, Ishiki said. Wait, Naruto said. Meanwhile, at the land of lightning, the Raikage, someone as powerful as him, having a few scratch on him. But around him were several ninjas from the lightning, hailing from Kumo, dead. However, the warriors at Natsu's side, they were all dead. But the elite ninjas that hailed from Kumo were killed by them. And there was a lot of bodies around. Over to the side was the 8-tailed Jinchuriki, taking many brunts of many attacks. He was a mess, bloody and bruised. It would take some time for him to heal. That was how damaged he was. The two brothers had struck Natsu once again. A combined attack, but they could not take his head off. His body seemed to be more durable than any of their blows, but the constant strike, they seemed to wear him down. And he lay on the ground, his body broken beyond repair. The Raikage had no idea who he was, but he hailed from this village, raised in a broken place. Natsu came back to dominate. He was an insignificant bug when he was here, but now he was all powerful. However, not strong enough to kill the Raikage and his brother, but he was to kill many of the ninjas around him. The amount of power that Naruto gave him was enough to rival Akage. His subordinates, the power was weaker, perhaps high Jonin level. Naruto was simply testing something. And when he appeared, everyone was shocked, confused as well. The censors felt nothing until they saw him, which was odd. Natsu looked up. You're here. Are you gonna fix me? He said. No, you're dying. Huh. I figured that would happen. You don't seem upset. Of course I'm not. I'm happy. Why is that? Naruto questioned. You gave me what I wanted. Power. For a moment there I was the strongest. I dominated with fear. So I can die knowing that. Everyone will remember my name. No longer a fake, but as Natsu the Great. He raised his hand to the heavens. And I can die knowing that. He spat up blood as Naruto watched him until he took his final breath. Who are you? The Raikage said. I am the one that gave him that power. It seems like he used it too. The Raikage did not hesitate, refusing to let any more of his people die. The lariat was there to take Naruto's head off. However, time was moving so slow by Naruto's perception. He looked at the massive hand. Naruto ducked underneath it, the blow whipping through the ear. But the Raikage missed. Killer Bee shot out many tentacles, trying to stop Naruto despite Naruto showing no grudge towards them. But after what they were just put through, they were not chancing it. Naruto twists and duck and dodge, evading all of the tentacles. He leaped into the ear. Naruto thrust both of his hands out. Black and red rods stabbed into every tentacle. Naruto blitzed down one of them. Killer Bee blinked as Naruto's fingers were in his face. Two of them to his skull. Naruto was touching it. The Raikage power at 100% stopped, terrified that his brother was going to die at the slightest move, because this child was no ordinary child. The rumors. Could it be? Who are you, boy? He said. I suppose you have heard about me. I am the son of Minato Namikaze, if you want to see it that way. You're probably wondering, is it all truthful? Am I really his enemy? Or perhaps this is just a game? That my father plotted all of this. After all, most people never knew of my existence. What if he did this so that he can bring all the other nations down to their knees? If you heard about what took place within Konoha, then surely you heard about the mind manipulation. What if all of this was a trick? To use me to dominate the other nations? And no blame would fall over him, but in the end, he will take his rightful position. The Raikage fist was so tight. Naruto was afraid that it might pop. Rage in his eyes. Bloody rage. And now he dies, said Naruto. The Raikage shot off at his fastest. Naruto saw each step, each movement, his feet pressing into the ground. Killer Bee draw for one of his swords. Naruto saw as the tail beast's chakra slowly start to overtake him. Half of his body still not yet overtaken. Naruto stood there, watching, waiting. Their perception was not as fast as his. His eyes, so fast. Boom! The Raikage hand hit something with a terrible amount of force. Instantly though, every single ounce of chakra in that strike was gone. Killer Bee's head was thrown back. His body lying there motionless. The Raikage was stunned. Naruto did not use his own attack to kill Bee. Naruto had absorbed the chakra from the Raikage's attack. The moment their hands touched, Naruto took the full brunt, having braced himself enough, but even then his legs had been torn into the ground, showing the force that the Raikage intended to use. But all that force was consumed by Naruto. Divine truth projection. This attack, Naruto did not only absorb, he could absorb any format of any attack and magnify it to impossible levels and change it. Naruto turned the Raikage's attack into a spear made of pure lightning, tearing through Killer Bee's skull. The Raikage was there to witness, as Naruto was now standing beside him. Perhaps this was all Minato Namikaze. The Raikage swing, but Naruto was in mid-air, having leap above him, looking down, hovering there. The man looked up with so much rage and hate in his eyes as Naruto flew off. Having watched Natsu, Naruto was able to come to terms with a lot mentally. The man died doing what he loved, enjoying his last moments. Thus, Naruto flew straight towards Konoha, making his way to the village. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But enough for now. Peace, guys.